Good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of High Top Sports. Be sure to be suited up, because Billy Dunn did got him another one, boys and girls. We get ourselves a nice little commit today. We told you things were going to be heated. I told you to turn the bell on. I told you to like and subscribe. I don't lie to you, okay? Only but the truth around here, boys and girls. Welcome to the show. Happy to see you. It's been a busy day. We had the Zay Mincy watch party that took 9 hours, it feels like, and we're back at it again with a commit here today. We're going to talk about that. Jaden Hill finds a new home. Very interesting. Going to give my thoughts and opinions about that. But then let's compare DJ Douglas. Are we in good hands? Are we saved now? Are we back? I mean, we've been back. But are we back? It's going to be going, boys. Good to see you. 129 strong. Love it. Let's get it. Let's go. Hey, shout out to Gators basketball today. Hell of a run. Just fell short. What's a little frustrating is our 4 losses feels like they've all just kind of come down to the wire and we can't figure out how to close. Seems to be a trend with our Florida sports at the moment, but let's turn the tide. Turn the tide. Let's get the ball moving. I'm live. Fucking neighbors. Let's get into the show, ladies and gentlemen. First order of business, DJ Douglas. Cornerback out of Tulane. Nice little family reunion. Obviously, we got Gerald Chapman, defensive lineman from Tulane. He came over. So, again, nice little family reunion. Coming on over, making the 7th commit out of the transfer portal for the Florida Gators and Billy Napier. So, let's talk about what are we going to be getting with safety / cornerback. He was a safety on PFF, but labeled as a cornerback. So, the reason why I let you know that, because I'm assuming, I want to try to start to put piece together on how we plan to use said DJ Douglas in our defense, which has lost 2 of the starting quarterbacks in Jaden Hill and Kimber over the last 4 or 5 days or so. So PFF grade, obviously you can see his trend. Cool little story about DJ Douglas: was a walk-on at Alabama, played there for 2 years, then transferred to Tulane, earned a scholarship at Tulane, and now he's back in the SEC playing at Florida. Here's what I love about this. Guy's got SEC experience, played for Nick Saban, so he understands a championship caliber team, but also has grinded his way to get to this point. This guy's hungry, right? He's ready to eat, not taking anything for granted. Gotta love a mentality like that. Gotta love that type of attitude, and had some success at Tulane. So you can see his defensive grade is 70.7, pass rush grade 70.2, and then coverage grade 75.5, sitting him at 194 out of 781. Again, this is out of safeties. I'd imagine we probably use him out of the cornerbacks, again, with Kimber and those guys leaving. So now we've got Jason Marshall, who did come back, Devin Moore, some youngins that are I imagine will be stepping up as well. But love seeing this grade. Now, I know what people are going to say. This is against, this is an SEC conference, but all in all, still a great coverage grade. Now, I do want to show some things here as well, the overall PFF grade from our defense, right? So here's what we're getting, and then showing you what we lost. Again, I know these guys who they covered, that makes a little bit of a difference, but all in all, 1v1, I mean, what are we talking about? I think that's something I've talked on the show before about, where when you get into that wide receiver talent, cornerback room, I mean, it's kind of like the running back room. It's a little bit different. It's not like the trenches. I think we can all agree trenches, you want to get O linemen and D linemen if you can get them from the SEC, much better. But when you get down to the edges with cornerback and wide receiver, I mean, the talent is spread throughout college football, regardless of what conference they come through. You're guarding a speedy wide receiver, regardless of who it is. Now, the quarterback play makes a difference, but all in all, I digress. So take a look at this little chart here. It's a little small to see, so I'll read it to you. Jalen Kimber, this is our cornerback room. Jalen Kimber, Jason Marshall, and Jaden Hill. Jalen Kimber with an overall 69.3. Jason with a 68.7, and then Jaden Hill with a 63.9. That's the overall grade. As you can see, it breaks down. Jalen Kimber really kind of falls off in the center there with 58 and 51, but then 71 for, I think, pass coverage, I believe that is what that last little column is. But Jaden Hill, who's somebody that I was pretty upset about. I mean, he's honestly one of the lower ends out of the two, out of Jason Marshall and Kimber. But I think the biggest thing we can all agree on is Kimber's lack of ability to hit somebody and tackle somebody. But compared to DJ Douglas, compared to these guys here, just kind of a look, and I would say a swap / a little bit of an upgrade. right? Nothing crazy, not a big splash, but definitely a point of need, especially with Harris coming in, new cornerback play. We'd expect some of these things to happen. So love the pickup. I think it's a very healthy pickup, and things are moving in the right direction with this pickup. So love it. Love the commit with DJ Douglas. Now, I do want to show you guys something. Jaden Hill, you guys can see the graphic already. He is headed to A&M. This all happened within an hour of each other. The Hill announcing to Texas A&M, and then we getting DJ Douglas. The reason why I mentioned that is because DJ Douglas was set to visit Texas A&M this weekend for an official visit. I'm not sure if that's still happening. It was supposed to happen, I think, today. The article was written yesterday or the day before about him from an A&M writer that he would be visiting this weekend, and now he's committed. I imagine maybe they go, guess what? We're going to take Hill. No need for you to come. Or he said, hey, I'm not coming, so they offered Hill. I don't know. But we do know that now this is the third or fourth, maybe fifth player. We also know that Kimber has been offered by A&M. Could you imagine? They're going to have Jaden Hill on one side, Jalen Kimber. They've got Kendall Jackson, Isaiah Williams, and then Coach Chaos. Hilarious if Coach Raymond ends up there. It would be absolutely nuts if that were to happen. So we'll see. We'll see. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out. But where this is heading for me is A&M is now becoming even more personal. And I think this game is early on in the season, I want to say. First 5 games, I believe, at home. And with them becoming a carbon copy of what Florida was last year, and they're very weak at the cornerback room currently. So Hill's definitely going to be a starting factor. And if Kimber were to commit, I imagine he'd be a pretty big component. We had a lot of complaints with obviously our secondary last year. Well, now we're going to be going up against it. And if they slice and dice us, boys and girls, that might be the final note for Billy. Look, who knows? My thing is, if we go and play what was our team last year, right, a shell of it, but and they're able to roast us, I don't know. We better walk up in there, kick some ass, and take some names. That's all that I'm saying. is all that I'm saying. Especially if they get Kimber, dude, and it's literally just the same. Merch, you practice against this all year long. you better tear them up, boy. You know what I'm saying? So same thing with our wide receivers. Eugene, burn them boys to the ground. All right? Burn them boys to the absolute ground. So we'll see. Hold on. Let me get a sip here. Scooby's visiting A&M too. Wow, Scooby Williams, linebacker. Very interesting. It's going to be very interesting. Again, I wrote the article earlier from Gators Insider. Shout out to them. I did not announce them last time I went live, but the article where Princely spoke about the strength and conditioning coach obviously just being a complete letdown. So you got to think that has a little bit of a factor to some of these guys not performing the way they wanted to. But look, all in all, a good stuff here. Love the fact that we were able to get Mr. DJ Douglas to commit. And I think overall it's an upgrade. Now, we mentioned in today's show earlier, 2 surprise visits, 2 wide receivers, Malik Benson from Alabama, 5-star guy at one point, and then also, who's the other's name? Forgot his name. CJ Daniels from Liberty. So heard some good things about those guys. Their visits have gone well thus far. They're happening today. So hopefully we can pull a few of those. I know Yam Banks is also, he was once, that crystal ball, but on 3, that little percentage thing, which I've kind of starting to realize it's not as locked in as we once thought it was, is visiting, but also enjoyed his visit too. Again, one of those situations like, why aren't we closing some of these guys? But we are closing on others, just like we did today with CJ Douglas. So, or excuse me, CJ, DJ, LJ, like, golly. Killing me. Yeah, that A&M game is going to be something special. It's September 14th. Thank you, Between the Hedges. So that is, yeah, that's early on then. That's week 3, I think. Maybe week 4. Week 3 or 4. So that's got to be after Miami. I think Miami, Sanford, then A&M maybe. I think. I haven't got it memorized yet. So we'll see. Sorely here, extremely positive. Is this Mark Long? None of these commits are game changers for next season. I don't disagree with your pessimistic point of view there, Sniper. Look, is it a splash? Is it one of these guys that's going to come in? But look, I don't think there is a cornerback out there that's going to come in and be a game changer. Do I feel like it's a point of need? We need these things? Yeah. And I like it. It's a healthy build. In areas that we struggled in, It's big. I think a Cassius Howell edge, I think that would be a more of a game changer for next season, as you would say. So I think the linebacker from Pup Howard, that was a game changing type of commit for sure. Yes, is DJ Douglas one of those guys you're gonna get all up and rowdy about? No, it's cornerback, bro. Things are we got a slew of them, but I'm happy with it, especially with our poor cornerback play. So enough of the negativity. You said once we got Pup, you'd be all on board. That is yet to be true. I got to deal with Mr. Nobody. I don't need to deal with you as well too. Any potential coaching hires? That thing has kind of died down. That thing has died down. Now with CJ Douglas? No, Daniels. Golly, dude. CJ Daniels from Liberty. Obviously, Willie Corn being the offensive coordinator. Could there be some correlation? Got you wondering. Got you wondering for sure. I don't know though. I haven't heard any more. I did. There was an article. I haven't read it yet. Once the Mark Robinson hire from A&M, they're saying they're expecting more off the field hires, but I imagine that's that front room type, not necessarily on the field type of situations. 377 people in here on this beautiful Saturday night. Be sure to smash the like button and subscribe, boys and girls. So, look, we didn't have much of a cornerback room for this recruit. I was taking a look at it with losing X and not landing Zay. The cornerback room was pretty light. We landed, obviously, Teddy Foster and Gregory Smith, but that was the only two that we landed from this year. Last year's class was a little bit healthier. In the secondary, obviously, Jakeem Jackson being the number one overall rated player from that class. Dejon Johnson, 4-star cornerback as well. So, and Sharif Denton, another 4-star quarterback. So we've got some cornerbacks that are up and coming. Bryce Thornton, a safety who had some playing time last year. Jordan Castell, obviously a 3-star cornerback who we know what he was able to do, played safety a lot more. So that class was more of effective on the cornerback play. You can see the difference between classes. Last year's classes, we went after those points of emphasis in the cornerbacks and safeties. This year, this class felt more linebacker, quarterback play, obviously. More wide receivers this class as well, too. Got some D linemen last class, too, but it's kind of interesting to see just the dynamic between each class to this class. And think about, again, last class, TJ Searcy, big impact. Roderick Kearney, one of our top offensive tackle, who we've yet to see play too much. Would love to see what he's able to do. Cameron James, kind of quiet, so we'll see what happens with him with his upgrade. But once everything comes to a close, I'm excited to see what this team's going to look like on the football field. Do kind of a little, here's our linebacker room, here's our running back room, etc. But once it closes, then we'll be able to take a different look at it. So we will see. Billy Corn and I about to take over. Look, I'm not saying Billy Corn's coming. I'm just, again, reading the tea leaves here. Read RDNP, size and experience. Yeah, look, I think that's the biggest takeaway, I think, with DJ Douglas here. 6 foot 205 redshirt junior. Again, just his progress that he's made, being a walk-on, played 2 years at Alabama, played at Tulane, had some impact. Let me show you a clip here that's got everybody fired up. Something that we lacked, obviously, last year was, as Dave likes to call it, hitting somebody. So let me share my screen here and play this clip of him just, as we like to say, hitting somebody. Boom. There it is. He likes to hit people. You got to love that. Number 12. A little highlight clip for the boys here. Like that stuff right here, you can't teach that. All right. And thank God Mark Hawk's not here to weaken him up a little bit. So, boom. Another hit. Love that. Again, things we all lacked last year in our corner. Oh, little pick. Didn't see too much of those last year as well either. From CJ Douglas. Oop, another pick from CJ Douglas. Other things we didn't see. Again, quarterback play a little bit different in the AAC, but hitting people, making tackles, those things are definitely exciting. As for his stats last year, let me go pull up this article from Mr. Zach Goodall here. If I can find it. I may have lost it, where he kind of gives us the breakdown of what to expect from our guy here. So, Zach Goodall here. He had 54 tackles, including 1 for a loss, 3 interceptions, and 5 pass breakups in his breakout campaign after recording 24 tackles, 1 interception, and 2 defended passes over 2 previous seasons as a rotational defensive back for Tulane. So he's made 40 collegiate experience with 13 starts. So again, biggest thing is a lot of experience. So we kind of, what we lost, which was what we were concerned about, we were able to bring it back with Mr. DJ Douglas. So not all these guys work out. I think Dave hits it on the head with, they're like a scratch-off ticket. You're not quite sure what you're going to get. All right? Jeez. DJ, bro. What did I say? LJ? CJ? I don't know. Hoping these additions of these wide receivers bring out the best in Gene Mizell and Burks. Yeah, it's look, the wide receiver room, if we can land the two that are one of the two or even both of the guys that are there today, wide receiver room is starting to look pretty thick too. So that is exciting. Well, boys and girls, good stuff there. Glad I was able to suit up today. I think that's 3 days in a row now. Billy's posted the sunglass emojis, two of them in one day, maybe two days. I don't remember now. We've been rolling. Billy's not playing into games, and I love it. Mr. Nobody, excited for the pickup. I knew he would be. Well, boys, you guys be good. Tarquin just committed to Oklahoma, so I had a feeling when we landed the offensive tackle from Arkansas that we'd be moving on from Tarquin or one or the other. So bummer there, but we'll see how it goes. You guys be good. Have a happy Saturday. Maybe we'll see you again tomorrow for another commit, but we will see. Be sure to smash the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.